Hello, everybody. I thought I'd share a couple of useful concepts with you today. At least I found them useful. It comes from Taoism. Now, I only have a surface level of Taoism. I've read one tiny introductory book, which I'll tell you about at the end. But even just the small exposure to this school of thought produced a lot of really good ideas. The first idea I thought I'd share, Taoism talks about following the way in nature. And what does this mean, basically? It means going with the flow. There's so much we don't control around us. There's so much unfolding every minute. The weather, how other people behave, traffic, virtually almost anything you can think of. Most of all of it is out of your hands. Nature, life is just unfolding and taking place outside of you. Why is this good? Because as we said, you don't control most things. And when you try to go against nature, you're going to run into a lot of resistance. And that resistance is not good for you. It's exhausting. And the nerdy part of me will tell you it produces a lot of stress and cortisol out of your brain, which floods your body. It inflames all your soft tissue, and it'll break down your body and mind over time. Should you just accept everything and never push back ever? No, I'm not saying that at all. But be very smart like a sniper and be very aware of what you actually control and what you don't. The things that you control, hell, go at it. Change those things. But before you act, be very clear in your mind whether you control something or not, or whether it is nature unfolding. And if you don't control it, which most things around you, you arguably do not control, this is a perfect time to practice acceptance. Accept reality. If you can't affect something, if you can't change it, if you need to go with the flow, break down the resistance, and practice acceptance of reality for what it is. Concept number 2, which I found very interesting, and it sounds similar, but it's different, is follow your own nature. So the first one is following the way of nature, how nature unfolds outside of you and going with the flow and having less resistance and a more stress-free life. This concept is follow your own nature, so the nature inside of you. So what does that mean? It has a lot to do with being authentic. It has a lot to do with being self-aware. It has a lot to do with radical honesty and being very truthful about who you are and what you think and what you feel. As children, we're free and we don't have these messages in us, these judgments, these biases, these societal expectations. And slowly, to fit in with our tribe, we have to adopt a lot of these norms and concepts and ideas in order to fit in and get along. And that makes a lot of sense. We are a community of people, and that's how we survive. But as you get older and you get more aware, you realize that you need to come back to the center. As a child, you had none of this burden, and then you have to take on all this mental burden to fit in society, to survive your school years, maybe to get into a career. At least that's what we've been taught, and most of us are programmed. But as time goes on and you get more aware and you feel a disharmony inside yourself, which many of us do, some people more than others, you realize that you're too far in this inauthentic lifestyle and mindset. And it's time to push back towards the middle, to take the middle path to get some balance. So we understand the norms and we use them when appropriate, but we want to get more authentic. We want to get to our true nature, which is who we were when we were small children and carefree and we weren't programmed. Many of us were told that we had to go to college or we had to get a certain job. We had to think a certain way. We had to pray a certain way. We had to believe a certain political ideology. That is all bullshit that was pressed onto your brain. So being aware and getting in touch with and following your own nature is another great concept I learned from Taoism. And that's the path that truly I'm on now. As I heal and I learn and I grow, every day I'm trying to get closer to my own natural path. What is my nature? So I thought those concepts were really awesome. Again, that was number 1, following the way of nature, going with the flow, not fighting things you can't control, accepting what you can. Number 2, following your own nature, which takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of awareness and you have to be brave. Because to throw away the identity that you've been given all these years is scary. I read a simple book that you might like. It's called The Tao of Pooh. So the cool thing about it is it uses the characters from Winnie-the-Pooh, and it goes through and on a very elementary level explains Taoism and some of the cool concepts that I was talking about. It was a simple read and it provided a lot of value in a short amount of pages. So I do recommend it, and I'll throw an affiliate link below if you decide you want to purchase it, and you can buy me half a cup of coffee. Anyway, I love these ideas. I thought I'd share them. Hopefully it helps somebody out there, and take care. Have a good day.